way what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Emergency there, had to take care of it. Anyway, that's right, Romana. It's time to make Texas blue again, baby, again. Anyway,
Every chance I get.
how y'all doing, baby? Hey, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's time for it's time. It's time. I say, oh shit, it's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, and I'm so happy y'all are here. Anyway. Let me see here. Dwayne Dwizzle was the first one to jump. Twizzle 2.0. It's stuck in my head, brother. Ask is here. Donald Hamilton, Bob K, John D is here. Jan Beats, Bart Larson, Carol DeBurs, thank you very much. Leo, thank you for being here. Gallagher, Jeanette Miller, Retriever 19 Golden. Annette Serrano, where's anybody on Facebook? Annette Serrano, where's Facebook? Daniel Hartman, Hackelman, Harry Teal is here. John, Jeanette, Bart, wait. Milo's Ranch, Anonia Clock, Ceslick, I'm sorry. There's one. I was looking for somebody on Facebook, make sure we were connected. Mark, our Blue Dot greeter, is here. David Ritchie, Irene Lambert on Facebook. Thank you, baby. Let me see. Uncle Fatty's in the room. Lavender is here. Boy, how the shit everybody's here. I'm going to get up here before we lose our place in line. Anyway, hey, it's Tuesday. I hope y'all are having a fine day. It's been kind of a cloudy, rainy day down here in Texas, but shit, any day you wake up, you know, you're a winner. So, boy, how to shit. But if y'all see my rant earlier today, my mind is a little preoccupied with the shit that's going on down here in Texas with the with our Attorney General Ken Paxton, who sent out a bunch of search warrants on little old ladies to, you know, search their refrigerator in case there was any, you know, voter fraud in there or some shit. It's disgusting what's going on, but it tells you something. It tells you that the Republicans are afraid. They're afraid here in Texas. They're scared in Georgia. They're afraid in Tennessee. I mean, in Pennsylvania, Arizona. They're worried about this shit, baby, because the Democrats. I'm sorry, get my mind right. The Democrats are on the move, baby. We're moving. We're on fire. There's anticipation, just waiting for this damn election to come along, and I think the Democrats are going to fare very well in this election. But with the shit that's going on, I didn't get a chance to get it all into the news, but I did see a little bit about Brad Ratzenberger even saying that the Georgia election committees are in a mess down there. He said, you know, the Republicans are trying to set this up as much as they possibly can for pointing to the fact that, oh, look at here, there's fraud, there's cheating going on, and that's the game they're going to play. And boy, how to shit. It's just, it doesn't speak well of the other side. Hello, Mr. Chick.
Hi, John.
How are you doing?
I'm tired.
What's the matter, dear? What, you been out partying a little bit too much? Have you?
I wish. No, just didn't sleep well last night. Now I'm paying for it now.
I can relate to that statement. I have not been sleeping well. Hello, Bear. I just sat my old buddy Bear.
I did have something I wanted to point out before we get into all the other topics tonight.
What's that?
Well, at the end of the show, I've been talking about, the dates of things, and I've been getting it off of the NBC site.
Right?
Well, what I didn't realize was because you guys keep mentioning other days than what I've been seeing on their schedule, their primary schedule, and then it goes into the debate schedule.
Right?
There are people that usually, at least since 1988, have been sort of formally set up those debates, and they have specific dates, and usually they hold them at universities, which are the dates I was talking about.
Right.
Neither one of the parties wants to deal with that. They want to do what they want to do with the debates. That's why I've been wondering why aren't they going with those dates? Because they rejected those dates.
Boy, howdy.
But NBC hasn't taken them off their little calendar, even, whatever. Do some editing.
The only thing I've really heard was that Donnie Boy has agreed to the terms of leaving the microphones off. Now, I assume that headline meant that the date is set in stone and they're going to have this debate on, what is it, on the 10th?
Well, it's his people that want the microphones off, right? Because I thought she said, no, I'm great. Leave the mics on.
See, there's the rub. Trump stood up there in front of everybody saying he'd rather have the microphones on. The minute that came out of his mouth, his team behind him were shitting in their pants. Because the word from the Trump campaign was, no, they wanted the microphones muted. And, of course, Harris is over there going, yeah, let him talk. Let him run his mouth over there. Leave the microphone. Yeah, let him ramble on.
Stupid. He is stupid. Looks stupid.
So I guess they've decided that they're going to mute the microphones.
Okay.
Which is better.
If he shows up, that is.
If he shows up, I still think he's going to try to find some way to weasel out of it. He's got to be worried about this shit. This is not going to be a walk in the park for him. Are you shitting me? We've seen her debate before. She's not afraid of him.
Although he's probably well rested because he hasn't been stomping around on the trail much.
Well rested, is that what you call it?
He stands in front of a few sheriff's offices, which I think there's an issue with that, but that's another story.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to push it any which way he can. Hey, before we get started, let me thank Lavender, who came in with a $10 donation and said, big news. This weekend, I'm traveling from safe blue California to central Pennsylvania for 2 months to knock Dem doors and get out the vote, doing it for every Dem who can't and to save our democracy. Well, Lavender, bless your heart, baby. That's outstanding. That's going a long way to be in the fight, baby, all the way from blue California all the way to Pennsylvania. But man, good on you, darling. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for doing that.
That's excellent.
And that's what it takes to
going
to
the mile or several thousand.
Yes, or yeah, going the extra mile or so thousand. Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, look at there. Bob K came in with $2, said 10 milligram gummy and you'll sleep like a baby.
I got one. I do have one.
Yeah.
I do have one. Just might have to chew on that tonight.
Yeah, I've tried 3, and it ain't working.
No.
Shit, no. I'm telling you, I had
You enjoy them too much.
I know it. No, it's just my son is concerned because for the last 3 nights in a row, I'm out there in the living room at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Haven't slept a bit yet. I've taken my little gummy, a shot of NyQuil, 2 over-the-counter sleeping tablets. Hit the rack for nothing. And I'll sit there and lay there. I have not been sleeping well. Sometime usually around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'll finally crack out. But
oh dear.
Yeah, it's getting rough on the body, is what it is.
It is. You will drop at some point. Just sleep for a week.
What's that Walz says? We'll have time left to sleep when we're dead. There you go.
Yes.
We got work to do. And I'm encouraged because this bullshit down there, this little thing about Texas, prompted me to go look.
Don't forget Georgia.
In Georgia too. And they're scared. And
they are.
Here in Texas, baby, it's distracted by squirrel. It's showing. Harris is gaining down here in Texas. I mean, it's affecting Texas just like she's affecting everywhere else in this country. She's wanting to get onto it, baby. So, man,
Yeah.
it can't come quick enough for me. It
It
really
can't.
can't.
Can we vote tomorrow? Can we vote tomorrow?
I know
Can
it.
we
I
do
know
it?
it. Let's have the results tomorrow.
Yes.
Are you shitting me? Terry, oh, I got the thing in my hand. Terry Cragen came in with a $10 donation and said, "Make Texas great again." Outstanding. And Kirk Stromberg came in with $5 and said, "If Donald shows up to the debate, he's going to have a diaper full of soup." That's what you call it? Soup? Shitty soup, I'm telling you. If he shows up at all, I still think in my back of my head, no, he ain't going to do it. He's going to be too damn scared because she's too damn good. And because if he sits up there and starts lying his ass off like he does all the other times, well then, she's going to call him out on it.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
I also heard that if he doesn't show up, she's going to show up with a cardboard cutout of him and just set it across the other side of the stage and let's get after it. Hey, it works for me, baby. It works for me.
Hey, John, before we get started with Kurt.
Yes, dear. Yes.
I met someone last night after our book club, and he's down in the audience, and I was just going to see if maybe he wanted to come up.
Always welcome on here. Always welcome.
Raise your hand if you want to come speak
If you
to us,
want to
Yelly
come
Man.
up. Oh, Yelly Man?
Yelly
He's been
Man.
around. Yes, he's been around a while.
Yeah. Yelly
Well,
Man's from
there
Norway.
you go. From Norway.
Yes.
Really? I
Yes.
did not know that.
Now you do.
Now I do. Yelly Man, welcome to the room. We appreciate you coming all the way in from Norway. Well, that's
Gotta
you're muted.
unmute.
Yeah, you're muted up there, Yelly Man. And let's get Kirk. Kirk, are you in the room?
Hey,
Okay,
John.
There's Yelly Man. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. It's very nice to talk to you. I've been
Good.
watching you for a number of years.
Well,
It's very
I
nice.
know. I recognize that name. I've seen it lots of times.
Yeah.
So-
I was talking yesterday, and I was talking a little bit about the situation in Norway compared to what it's like in America, and it's like we don't have like fake news like you have. We don't have. We have. So when you watch the news show, you get the news. There's no spin. There's nothing. They just this is what happened today, and then
Right.
they go to sport. They okay, who
Yeah.
won the football game? And here in Europe, we call soccer is our football. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't.
We've
and
moved
then
on.
it's,
We've moved on to pure entertainment for our news. They,
And then it's,
that's what they're selling nowadays.
And then if there's been a big concert, let's say Rolling Stones have played, or Paul McCartney or somebody like that, they have a little review of the concert and how it went. And that's the news in Norway. You don't have you there's no bias. You get what you get.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately,
that's what
over
you
here
should
you
have
get a
in
whole
America
lot of
too.
bias.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. As a
And
matter
we
of fact,
have
go ahead.
we have no people living in the streets in Norway because everybody is entitled to a roof over the head, food in the belly,
Go
and
figure.
clothes to wear.
Go
And,
figure.
we have free and universal health care. We have
Them liberals,
free-
I'm telling you. Yes, it stands
free-
out as a shining star as far as how
Yeah,
Norway
free.
treats its citizens. And it
Free and-
speaks ill of us.
Yeah. So that's what politicians like AOC and Bernie Sanders, they always say, look to Norway, look to Sweden, look to Denmark. Because
Yes,
it has been done in countries.
because
and,
other countries around the world realize that the value of the nation is in its citizens.
Yeah.
The better the citizens are, the better the country is. Here
Yeah.
we believe in
So-
the economic system of rich companies get richer, and those that
I
have
want-
have, and those that don't.
But I want to pay tribute to you, John, because I think
Ah.
what you have done and your channel, it has been very important for people who have struggled with Trump, and I like to pay tribute to you for doing what you've done over these years.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do.
Enjoyed your show. Yeah. So thank you very much.
I always tell people it's not, I spit my opinion out 3 times a week if I'm lucky, and spit my shit out there. But this live show has always been more about this Blue Dot family. If you want to come in here and get at this table and sit down and discuss shit, you're always welcome here. That's what it's an open table. Anybody can walk in that door, and we encourage you to do just that because that's what makes this show. It's the discussion between everybody in here. So it's not just me. This is. But I am quite proud of the fact that this has gone around the world, and we have a lot of support from different areas in the world, and it's impressive. I like it.
You do videos where you tasted Dutch.
Have I tasted what now?
They sent you some beer from. Sent you beer.
Oops.
Oh, like from Netherlands. I don't remember. I mean, it's an old video. It's a couple of years ago, but you used to have this where you open your beer and
my beer from Norway. Yes, yes. Y'all know what beer is too. That's not.
I mean, we have 7-8% alcohol in our beer.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yes, several years ago I received, I think it was 3 or 4 large bottles from Norway. I think it was Norway or from the Netherlands.
Yeah. And it's delicious.
It was extremely good. And you could taste it the minute you hit that bottle. Oh no, that's not American beer. No.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I have been lucky to receive there's some beer and some bourbon and some this and that and the other all over the years, and I so appreciate it because I get to sit down and have that little taste and enjoy it. But Yelly man, we really appreciate you coming in. Let me get Kirk in the room. Are you with us, Kirk?
Yes, sir. How's it going, John?
It's going pretty good. I'm glad you're here, brother. Thank you for coming in.
Feeling pretty excited still.
I am too. I'm still on fire with this shit. And when I went to go look at about the story today about our illustrious Attorney General Ken Paxton, which if anybody doesn't know the story of that guy, welcome to Texas. That's what we do nowadays. Our Attorney General, who was turned in by his own office staff for taking kickbacks and stuff. He was convicted in the Texas House, but when it went to the Texas Senate, just like they do it up in the Capitol up there on impeachment, he was acquitted. Now, by a very narrow margin, and one of those was his wife, who did not recuse herself from the vote. She went ahead and voted on that. Yeah, that just sucked.
Remember that.
Yeah, and then they put him right back in the office, and he's a hack. He's a hack for Greg Abbott and for the Republican Party. This little rage shit over the last few weeks here, it really shows his ass. He took a story that he heard on Fox News and turned it into an investigation that was so full of shit. Because Maria Bartiromo, or whatever her name is, actually said in her Facebook post or wherever it was that she got the story from a friend who heard it from a friend whose wife had seen something. So you're looking at third or fourth hand information here, and then she goes on her TV show and says they were illegal immigrants. She just magically pulled that shit out of her ass. So naturally, Ken Paxton saw that and thought, well, I better investigate that. And there we go. Taxpayer money here in Texas, baby.
It's not the first time he pulled a stunt like that either.
No.
With the rumors.
Yes. He's a hack for the Republican Party is what he is.
Yeah. So, Attorney General, speaking of that subject, something to kind of hold a little bit of faith in. that nefarious activity down with the Georgia Election Board. I don't know if you guys heard, but Governor Kemp actually made a referral to the Attorney General to possibly get some of these people kicked off the election board.
Off the election
Yes.
boards. Yes.
Yes.
And they need to.
Yep.
They need to, because they've already shown their bias. You know,
Yeah.
I believe half
And
of
if-
them were there left over from the last time.
Some of what they're doing is sketchy as to whether it's legal. So they're
That's
going
what I
after
mean.
them too.
That's
In the
what I mean.
meantime,
if you want to
We
look,
have to get people re-registered to vote.
yes, you do. That's how come we keep telling you, check your registration, because shit like this is happening. This is just what we're a couple of months away from the election,
And every
we
time
still
they pull one of these stunts, John, they add more hoops. Well, let's just
exactly.
put more hoops.
They're hoping you get tired of jumping through hoops.
Yeah.
You know, for most of you out there, almost all of you, I'm sure, there is a website that you can go to for your state on your computer. So, you know, Google that or whatever you have to do to get that address. I'm sure that it's not hard to find to check your registration.
But we know exactly who they're trying to make it hard for,
Yeah.
especially in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to vote.org, that's the site everybody needs to go to.
There you go.
Because, you know, now
Vote.org.
we can't even, now we don't know if even there's fake sites out there. So we know for sure vote.org is legit.
Yeah.
Go there, select from the drop-down menu your state, enter
Your
in a little bit
state,
of
and it'll
personal
verify.
information, and there you go.
Well, and the other thing to get in order is any form of official photo ID, and if not, you know, you got to have some other stuff, maybe a birth certificate and something with your address, with your name on it. I mean, there's all sorts of little ways to be identified that they can't reject.
Yeah.
But
Right.
get some of that together. Get it together.
Just
You
in
think
case.
you follow-
You know,
yeah, just in case.
It's
have it
sad
ready.
that you're going to have to go through that many hoops to make sure, but that's the difficulty. That's how desperate the Republicans are in trying to prevent people from voting. Think of that. Their way to victory isn't by getting their message out and increasing the voter rolls. No, it's to prevent as many people as they can from voting. You know,
Yeah.
it's not
Specific
exactly
people from voting.
yes,
Everything-
yes.
they're not
Specific
getting
people should be
upper-
duly noted.
echelon white
Yeah.
communities. No,
Or to
those
put it in
people are
or
fine.
we put it in Republican terms, those people, you know, those people.
Which
Let
is
me
all
thank
of
all of
in
them
this.
out. Yeah, if you've got a D or a liberal thought in your head, let me thank. I'm going to mess this up.
Oh,
Emerenciana Rios. I'm going to go with that. Came in with a
That's-
$5 donation. Thank you very much. And Beth B came in with a $5 donation and said, I saw on one site people are putting up Harris Walz 2024 post-it notes in public bathroom stalls. Well, now that's an idea. If
let's
you're,
get Swifties.
if you're going to go in there anyway, you might as well leave a mark or something. And NC Thorne came in with $5 and said, we got this. I like that confidence, baby. We do. We have this. And Daniel Hackelman came back with another $2 and said, oh, as a pot smoker, I love that shirt. Well, this shirt was given to me by our own Shaking Me Bones. She sent it to me because she had gone to a Willie Nelson. There's Willie's down there. Roll me up and smoke me when I die, baby. A Willie Nelson shirt. She went to his concert. And she's not with us tonight because she messaged me earlier because she's where? At a concert tonight. So, yeah, she is. She is at a. She's went to a. God damn it. My
Can I
mind
ask you a
doesn't.
question, Joe?
Yeah.
I just watched this documentary. It's Democratic governor of Texas, Ann Richard.
Ann Richards. She's
She
a
was
legend down here,
wonderful.
baby.
Yeah.
She was
she was
an
wonderful.
absolute rose in a
And-
bundle of thorns down here.
Imagine her being alive now and with
Oh.
Trump. It would have been hilarious.
She'd
It
have a
would've
lot
been.
to say.
She would. She'd be right up there in the front too, saying it.
Yep.
Ann Richards was a bold woman. Yes, that's back when Texas was blue, baby. Before the Republicans got control of the House here in Texas and started gerrymandering the shit out of Texas. That, and they just outright lie to everybody and try to, you know, it's hard to describe why people gravitate down here to the Republican Party. And the only thing I can think of is that they sell their certain brand of patriotism. You know, it's like the Republicans have a lock on it. And to me, it is ignorant because they don't take the time to look at what that means and what team is practicing that. You know, patriotism isn't raising a flag. It's not listening to a song. It's not saluting as something goes by. That's not patriotism. Patriotism is how we treat our fellow citizens, how we treat those around us, how we want to lift all boats, like the saying goes. That's patriotism. You know, in my eyes and my thoughts.
And you had another female, Ferguson, didn't you?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You made governor called Ma Ferguson, and in the days, her name was she was a Dixiecrat in the 1930s. Ann Richards told a very funny story about her, that when they had Mexican children in school, they wanted to learn the Bible in their own language. And Ma Ferguson said, if English was good enough for Jesus Christ, it would be good enough.
Of course it was. That's right. If Jesus was speaking English, why can't it be? It should be the universal language of everywhere. Just English, because, you know, Jesus was speaking it, because, you know, white guys always speak. Jesus, don't get me started on that, because, yeah, it has always made me chuckle whenever, you know, somebody sees a picture of Jesus, and of course it's a white guy. No, he wasn't. It doesn't take a whole lot of brains to figure that out either, and it's just it's just another one of those little
blue
things
eyes
that,
either.
yeah, none of that. So, hey, Ivy, how are you doing?
Hey, John. I'm not doing too bad. What about you?
I'm hanging in there, baby. Another day, you know. You make it
Actually
through
have
one to get
news
ready
for
for the
y'all.
next. What?
So I was scrolling on Facebook, and one of my mutual friends has reposted this. Says Nebraska reports over 10,000 people registered to attend at a venue that can only accommodate 2,500 people to see Tim Walz. Let's fucking go.
Let's go, baby.
That is freaking amazing.
They are, man. They are on fire. You know, they're pulling in crowds everywhere they go. And, you know, they're going to have, they agreed they're going to have their first sit-down interview. Harris and Walz, Kamala and Tim are going to sit down with, I think, Dana Bash on Thursday for an interview. You know how they've been clamoring about, oh, well, she's not talking. Well, hold on to your britches,
She's been
baby.
a little busy making some money to be able to do what she's doing. Yeah.
And hasn't she done a damn good job of that?
Yeah, bang up
She's
job.
been damn. She's been raking in the money as far as donations.
Donated once, and I swear I get an email.
I know
did
my
too.
dad.
I know.
My dad has
and
donated.
then your
a few
email
times, and
loads
gets,
up
like,
with.
He gets at least like 10 emails a day asking
Yes.
for more donations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You have to put up, if you're going to donate, you can kind of expect it. You know, like I said, I did, and there you go. Your email's getting all loaded up, but do what you can. That's always been. You do what you can. If you've got a couple of extra bucks to throw around, make that donation, because it does make a big difference. I suggest if you want to throw a few more dollars at Colin Allred, because he is closing in on Ted Cruz here. He is. He's within the margin, I think. That's what I'm saying. Keep your eye on Texas this time. You know, they've had us in that little pink area for a while. It's not solid red. There's been and just since the last election, the migration of people into Texas has increased. You know, we got a lot more people that moved down here. A lot of corporations moved down here because the weather is conducive to their business or whatever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, let me catch up again. Let me see, because Bob K came in with $5 donation and said, when I wear my Harris Walz 2024 out in public, I get a lot more smiles and thumbs up than dirty looks and middle fingers. Fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, and fuck all Texas Republicans. Cover them all, Bob. Thank you very much. And James Blossom came in with a $10 donation. James, thank you. Chuckster 255 came in with a $5 donation and said, "Hi, all Blue Dots. I think I'm finally out of my stroke-induced brain fog in partial paralysis.
I can't say it.
Yes, paralysis. Now just need to work on regaining my strength. Chuckster, please do that, brother. Take
We're
care of
glad to have
yourself.
you back, Chuckster.
I am so
Glad
happy
to
to
have
see
you
you
back,
in there.
man.
Just take care of yourself and take it slow, brother. Take it slow. Just you being in here tells me a whole lot. You're on the right road.
Speaking of
And-
being in here, Spunky.
I see
Spunky,
the word.
1991 down there. You've been selected, but you have to accept.
Yeah, you got to accept that.
Look for something green to click on.
Hit that button and you're up here. And Bob K
I
came
also
back with
want to bring
another
up
five.
a.
Wait a minute, Bob. Let me thank Bob K who came in with another $5. Said, "No hoops in Oregon or Washington. You get your ballot in the mail, fill it out, put it in the mail, track it on the internet until it's confirmed. No bullshit." Now, how is it that one state could do that?
That'd be perfect.
And the rest of us are going, "Well, I don't know." It's just irritating as shit. There's a lot of things Texas needs to catch up on.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
that's
just
one of
Texas that has to catch up on that, though.
them. No, it's all
You know,
over it.
there's a lot of states that are wanting to try and ban that, and I don't think that's right. I
To
don't
ban
agree with that.
what? I'm sorry.
Mail-in voting. They're
Oh
trying to-
yeah,
they're
no,
trying-
yeah, no.
They're trying to get rid of
Texas,
it.
Texas wants you to show up. As a matter of fact, they'd do away with all early voting if they had their way. One day you get up there and do it. If you can't make it, oh well, tough shit. That's what Texas is. You know, and it is. It's the Republican Party that has fought the advancement in any kind of voter processes here. They'd rather, if it was up to them, we'd all be going in there and dipping our thumb in a fucking bottle of ink. You know, and I'm not too far away from doing that here in Texas just to make sure my vote gets counted.
Right.
Yeah, because that's their game plan. It is here in Texas. It's the same way in Georgia, in Arizona, and in Pennsylvania. So especially in Nevada. If you live in those states, check your registration, baby. Because they are trying like hell to just limit how many people get in here to vote.
And
you
also,
know.
along with that, make sure your ID, your driver's license, whatever you want to call it, is
Current.
updated. It's registered. It's updated. Whatever else.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be renewing mine here in like a week or so.
Yeah, the big one is if you've moved around for some reason this year or since the last time you voted, yeah, you got to catch up your addresses. You got to get all that redone.
Well, you
Yeah,
got to
if you-
renew
if-
it at least. Make sure it's valid.
Don't give them a reason. It falls under that. Don't give them a reason to turn you down. If you move from
Exactly.
apartment 450 to 625, check your registration.
And if
'Cause
you're
they're-
in college, make sure you put all of everything of where your dorm room is. Down to the color of the door. I don't care.
Well, Ferguson, jeez, I'm going
We
through my
gotta
Rolodex.
nail this, you guys. We gotta nail this because this is probably
Because
one of the most.
it's our last opportunity. You
It
let that
is.
man go back into our house. You think the 2028 election is going to be anything? No.
No,
Besides that, he already told you you won't have to vote again. If he wins
Yeah.
again, you don't have to be bothered with it. That's exactly
But
what it means.
Am I the only one who think that he like Alzheimer's or something? That I mean, there's something crazy.
Or something. Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
actually
His father
actually
died
have been
from
comparing
Alzheimer's.
notes. They actually
Yeah.
have been comparing notes between him and what was it, frontal tempora
70 police cars. Yes,
Oh.
Mom. It's a,
dementia or
That's a
something like
waste.
that, and it lines up exactly.
So,
They even-
so if he gets in for another 4 years, he will lose his mind completely.
Yeah, probably.
that's the wrong one. No, not that one.
So
Yeah, that's it. Holy fuck if he gets back in.
Holy fuck, yeah, that'd be
Yeah, no, we can't let
Oh.
that happen. And I am, every night when I go to bed, I am more and more confident in my head because, as I just mentioned a little
Right.
while ago, John's not sleeping, so he's doing something. So I roll shit around in that Rolodex of mine all night long. And I do. I see the numbers moving in Harris's direction. I see the momentum behind her right now. There are more people excited. I keep on seeing stories about Republicans who are endorsing Harris and Walz. You don't see any big news about some Democrats out there in supporting Donnie. Ain't happening. But you're seeing Republicans and conservatives coming over, and endorsing Harris, including those. They just had a list of 200 of them from everything from the Bush administration to, somebody else they said. Anyway.
I also think the polling is wrong. They are not polling Hamler supporters because they are polling people with landlines. So
Well, they're
Yeah,
think
exactly.
Well,
they're not calling me. I guarantee you. I haven't
They
seen them
do
yet.
call some cell phone numbers that have been ported over, but some people don't answer those. I don't.
Yeah.
That too.
Hey, let me catch up here before we get too far behind because Philip Soros came in with $5. Said Ma Ferguson was a crook. She sold pardons for $50 when she was in office. Philip, I have no doubt that's true. I don't remember. I mean, I know who Ma Ferguson was, but I can't remember. But she did. She had a bad reputation. I know. I'm just going through my Rolodex when I read that comment, trying to remember anything I could about her, but I can't. Cookie Fatty 666 came in with 2 pounds, and that's a lunch. That's a whole bucket full. And is J.D. Vance crazy because he ate too many crayons? Maybe so.
Good
Maybe he
one.
had just too much me time with the couch. I don't know what his problem is, but he man is
He ate his way
is
through the protector.
way too much. Anyway, Daniel Solomon came in with $2. Said another weed smoking Daniel. Vote blue. Seems to be a popular theme around here. Bunch of pot smoking anyway. Philip Soros came in with $5. Said they can't gerrymander a state. Texas will go blue soon. That's what I mean, baby. They can gerrymander the district. It's easier to do a state legislation than it is to control on the national ticket because people are going to go vote their conscience. Anyway, Janice McMillan came in with $5. Thank you very much. And Leo came in with $5 and said, hi from Miami, Florida. We love you. Well, Leo, we love you back, baby. I appreciate the hell out of that. Whoa, wait a minute here. I have to do some clicking here so I don't get mixed up. And then I got to get a sip of tea because I can feel my throat. Iced tea is what makes John run.
You
John.
Amongst other things.
Jorge.
Jorge
What
Tire Biter.
about-
How in the hell are
big-
things out on the Tire Biter Ranch?
Well, we're interested in the big story of the day, the superseding indictment.
Oh,
Yeah.
the one that Jack Smith just filed?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yep, a new indictment. Yep, narrowed it down, chopped it down to, since the Supreme Court came out with his immunity. It's bullshit. Then, yeah,
He's not
Jack.
going to have to sit for arraignment unless he wants to show up, but I think he'll show up and make a big deal out of.
Oh,
See, there
probably
they are.
He'll put on a little theater, baby. That's what it's all about. Sure.
That's because he's losing. He's got to do his theater,
He's got to get his ass back in the news. Because Kamala
Right.
Harris is in the news, Tim Walz is in the news. Their campaign stops. The people are coming out in droves. You can see the fire getting behind the Democratic Party right now, because we all see the
Yeah,
alternative.
I think Jack Smith knows what he's doing.
Yes.
I do.
I agree
think
with
Jack-
that.
I think Jack Smith is having to jump over hurdles he should not have to jump over. Judge Cannon should just be, I don't know. You know damn
Good
good and well why
Lord.
she was put on the court. She was put on the freaking court to save Donnie's ass for anything, that might come up in Florida. And lo and behold, we did. I believe that. That was a plan, a setup from the word go when she was selected for that spot. That's all she was sit there to run blocker for him. And then she dismissed it on a bullshit charge of, well, that's unconstitutional. You can't do that. Well, if it's unconstitutional to have a special prosecutor, we're going to have to fire a whole bunch of people across the United States.
Yeah.
with different agencies.
And dismiss a lot of charges against a lot of people.
Oh, they don't mind that part. Because most of them people are probably Republicans and their buddies or
Republicans.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So
Oh,
it was bullshit that she dropped the case. So yeah, I have full confidence that the appeals court, if it's it should reinstate the case, but they need to move the case, give it to another judge, because she's already shown her ass.
According to sources I saw from Lincoln Projects, they said that a position on the Supreme by Trump if he wins, and that's not a joke. It's that you do whatever I need you to do in Florida, and I give you, and I put you on the Supreme.
You know, it shouldn't amaze any of us that people like Yelly Man and Aussie Dave and others around the world are interested in our election, because this not only impacts us. If Trump gets back in that office, this impacts the world. You know, because like I said, he's going to go in there and start kicking NATO nations in the knees again.
He's going to start flushing that big toilet, isn't he?
Yes, he
Right.
will. Yes, he will. He will hand Ukraine over to Russia in a handbasket.
Yep.
And then what does that say about Poland and the Baltic states next, What's up?
Yeah.
He would not get in the way of anything Putin wants to do. That's who Trump is.
But thank God, kicking ass in Russia now. They're
Ukraine has made some substantial moves,
yeah.
And
And
I got to be honest. I'm an old military guy. I'm glad to see it. Ukraine was attacked by Russia. Maybe Russia needs to feel some of that. And so,
I have a story in the 90s when there was a war at Balkan. You remember that when we were bombing the Serbs for killing Albanians? The
What
war
now?
in the 90s in Europe. And Norway was involved in that war because they were killing. It was in the 90s. I'm not sure if anybody of you remember that, but
During the Gulf War?
no, it was a European war in the 1990s.
Hungary and Yugoslavia?
Yeah,
Yeah, Croatia and
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
yes.
yeah.
Oh.
And I was in. I
Slovenia?
served in. Yeah, and I served in the. And Norway is one of the founding. A lot of.
Oh,
We had a lot of different vessels based on our base.
Right.
And I remember that really well because they were sending Norwegian troops and planes down to save the Albanians from being wiped out by Serbs. And Serbia, the Serbs are allies of Putin.
Yeah.
yeah, and the
So-
I remember that.
Bosnians were.
They were, yeah. I mean, they were the victims.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We
And
were
it
aware
could-
of that here.
It was in the news
Had
almost
not
every
been
day.
stopped by NATO.
Yeah. War is always in the news, baby. It's always in the news. Big news. Ain't it sad?
And if
Oh,
no
I-
one's
I-
told you lately, Yelly Man, thank you for your service.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed, my man. Hey,
I
let me
didn't
catch up
go- I
again.
didn't have
What-
to serve. I served. Mm.
I missed that. I'll tell you what, Norway, if I'm not mistaken, now is a NATO country, and so is
The NATO, the head of NATO.
part of NATO.
Yeah, but the head of NATO, the secretary.
Yeah, the Secretary of NATO.
Oh,
Yeah.
the secretary of
His
the
name. Jens Stoltenberg. He is. He
Right,
was
yeah.
he was the prime minister of Norway for 10 years before
10 years.
he got to NATO, and he did a lot of he's a socialist from Norway. Can you imagine him being
Head of
head
NATO.
of NATO? But he is,
I love it. I love it. We need
and
people with
and he
compassion.
yeah, and he's been the NATO leader, and President Biden gave him the Medal of Freedom this summer.
Oh,
Oh,
outstanding.
no wonder Trump
Outstanding.
hates
Cool.
them.
Yeah, you could see why.
Trump loves. I mean, Stoltenberg was the only one who could deal with Trump because he tried to pull out of NATO so many times. And
That's what I mean. You give him a chance to get
yeah.
back in our house, and that's exactly what he plans to do. He's
Yeah.
crazy to destroy NATO as much as to weaken it as much as he can, and soften it up for Putin to do a favor
I
for
mean,
his buddy. Hey,
I-
let me
I
catch
think
up
that-
real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob K came in with $2. Said in all of my 68 years, I've never been called for a poll. Me or you both, Bob. Never called me in my life. Cole Bua came in with a $5 donation. Said Don doesn't get to pick a new VP. GOP has been forced to carry Vance to term, even if it endangers the life of the party. They picked him, baby. I'm happy. I'm
I
loving
like
it.
that.
Yes, I do. In
That's a
Aries
good way to put
rising.
it, too.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, if it, they, yeah. Aries Rising came in with $10 and said, Mr. B&B, I want to thank you for all you do, and thank you for your service. Keep fighting the good fight for the cause, baby. Aries Rising, thank you very much. We appreciate that. And Harvey W. came in with $5 and said, Jack Smith didn't ask for Cannon's removal when he filed his appeal with the 11th Circuit Court. No, he didn't. He's just asking for her ruling to be overturned. I think she ought to get her ass kicked out. And let me see, Olean DB came in with a $2 donation. So Olean, thank you. Yeah, I think she ought to be embarrassed enough to just resign from the court, but she's not going to do that. That's a lifetime appointment.
The 11th Circuit could remove her,
They could remove her from the case.
but they prefer to have someone file papers to ask them to remove her. And Smith hadn't done that because Smith's playing it, close to the vest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if there's not a chance that we're going to see his ass in front of a judge before now.
Oh, and speaking of
It
judges,
will not
a
for
Houston
that case.
judge
Huh.
on Friday denied Ken Paxton's effort to shut down an immigrants' rights organization that he accused of violating nonprofit rules by making political statements criticizing the Republicans and Texas.
Need
So
you
he
say
tried
more?
to-
Need you say more about Ken Paxton?
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's-
See, this is the strategy.
This is our attorney general. That's what he's busy doing. Trying to make sure people don't vote. It is. It's
Greg
sad.
Abbott took 1 million people off the voter rolls.
So I mean, check your damn registration.
1 million.
That's a lot of votes,
wasn't
baby.
it 2.1 million or something like that? Or am I thinking of something different? Looking into, wasn't it voter fraud or?
Oh,
Some
well,
people-
he said some of them were dead and some of them moved out of the
We
state. Some
we
of them
work
were
under the motto:
felons
when we
and-
vote, we win. The Republicans work under it: when we cheat, we win. That's what they do. Hey,
No,
let me
it's
thank.
when we make sure no one can vote, they win.
Yeah, when we cut down the voter roll, that's
Narrow it
exactly what it
down.
is. Narrow it down.
Neighborhoods we
you know.
like. Yeah.
Let me thank Felipa Fernandez, who came in with a $5 donation. I appreciate it very much. And I got to wait till that changes. Oh, shit. Philip Cruz, who came in with a $5 donation on Venmo. I appreciate that. Now I got a reason to go look at my Venmo account. Anyway. Thank y'all very much for that. I appreciate it tremendously. Boy,
I have
how
a
to
question
shit.
for y'all too.
What?
Did you guys ever see Trump he was at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and he was
Yes.
putting his dirty little freaking hands on that wreath. Do you know who
Yes,
that
I
gal
did.
was in the wheelchair beside him?
No, who was that?
I'm kind of
Also,
curious. I'm kind of wondering that. I'm also wondering why a draft dodging son of a bitch is up there.
For the
Buddy Reed.
optics, for
Photo
for
op.
for show, for a photo op. Yeah, look at me.
Because he hasn't shown
Look
up
at
for
me.
any of the other
I
ones.
love
He
our,
figured he
our,
better
I
do it.
love
That's true.
our suckers and losers. That's what he's saying.
That's
Yeah,
what
he's
he
just
is.
he's just
That-
trying to dispel all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a sucker and a loser. That's what he is.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what he is. He's a draft dodging coward, a 4-time deferment. Somebody went in his place, baby. That's all I'm saying. Somebody went in his place. And for him to act the way, every time. Ugh, never mind. Don't get me started on this shit. He's a disgusting
Sorry
piece of
about that,
crap,
John.
is what he is. And
So-
anybody that ever voted for his ass or suckered into believing any of his bullshit should be ashamed. You should be fucking ashamed, and you should fucking come to your senses and realize, oh, wait a minute, he's a lying sack of shit. Which is exactly
You
what
would
he is.
think. You would think.
So,
But, there's Kool-Aid, so I don't know.
well, they've been having a healthy heaping of Kool-Aid here lately. They're not slacking off on it.
Funky. Oh,
Hey,
I was going to say,
Mitch.
Funky, are
Hey,
you in
Mitch.
here?
How's
Hello.
everybody?
I'm doing fine, Mitch. How are you?
I am splendid. Having a lovely afternoon. We have a new addition to the family.
Oh, no, not that quick. You didn't.
Do you have a puppy?
We have a kitty.
A cat.
You have a kitty.
A cat.
All right.
Yes.
Just
I'd love to
one.
see a picture of it.
What's that?
I'd love to see a picture of it.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're mighty close.
Aww.
Right now, everybody's just chilling out with her, and she's having a good time. So,
Good.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. You just got the one cat now?
Well, now we have two.
Two.
Yeah, we had another one.
You want me to send you a box or something? A few more?
What? No.
Box of cats.
You could increase that number tenfold.
Let's put a one
We
in
are-
front of that number.
we are
We'll get you
at
up
the
there.
limit right now.
Oh, we do. We have 2 that live inside the house. I got 25 or so that live outside the house. But the 2 on the inside, they've been fixed. And
Well,
Yeah.
her name is Thea.
Thea?
Thea, yes.
Outstanding.
Thea is the name for the conjectured planet that ran into Earth very, very early on in Earth's life and became part of Earth and caused the moon to be
Moon.
ejected.
Right.
Oh, I
That's what-
love that. That is
She's all black. She's got a little white patch on her chest and little white tufts in her ears.
Oh.
And she's we think she's about 3 months old. She's about 3 pounds.
What kind
And
of
I'm sitting
kitty?
down here like I invited everybody over for dinner, right? I'm sitting here by myself with you guys. They're all upstairs playing with the cat. So
Well, of course.
I'm sure
It's
pictures
just-
will be
You
forthcoming.
just got knocked down on the rung of the ladder a little bit, but don't worry, you'll work your way back up.
Dude, I've been on the bottom rung of the ladder my whole life. I'm
I know
perfectly content to stay down here.
Yeah. Just
What
keep
kind
your
of
head
kitty
down.
is it? What kind
What
of
do you
kitty
mean?
is it?
Black?
Like,
Just
is it
cat.
like Cancun, tuxedo?
Yeah, it's a Westchester suet-eating panther.
That's
cool.
what I have.
like it.
I have yard panthers. That's what I have. A whole flock
Yard
of them.
panthers,
Somebody
I
asked
love
me what
that.
color mine are. They're all black. Black and white. I got one
People
gray.
say, what kind of cat is it? I'm like, it's, the meow kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Furry and cute.
Sits in a box, pointing on 5 ends. That one?
Anyway, Julie's happy with the kitty, I assume.
She's up there, of course. Everybody's up there on the floor playing with her.
Well,
She's just
sure.
absolutely delightful. She's just jumping around. And she's so
Aw.
That,
sweet.
well, that just
That's
puts a smile on everybody's face then.
Yes.
I
And
miss
I'm sure my
having.
other cat, my other antisocial cat, I'm sure she's just freaking out. But
Hide under the bed.
Give it time. Give it
well,
time.
she spends all of her time under the bed anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
maybe
she don't
maybe
like
the
to
new
do
cat will entice her out. You know, who knows? You know, shit. I'm suffering through with freaking two pit bull puppies who have decided to chew anything in fucking sight.
You have pit bull puppies? Oh, I
Yeah.
love pit bulls.
Oh, they're just, they're sweethearts. I love them both. Boy, howdy shit. Yeah, if you lay it up anywhere around, they're going to get hold of it. Next thing you know, it's chewed up to shit.
Right.
So, but,
Well, we used to have a dog that lived with us when we lived in Jersey, and her name was Scarlet Begonia. Scarlet by nickname,
right.
and she could chew through anything. So we would like go to the pet store, and we would be like, "Do you have any like unchewable, like indestructible toys that nobody, that no dog can tear apart?" And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, hang on a second."
Yeah.
And they'd come at me with whatever it was, and they're like, "Yeah, this thing is guaranteed indestructible."
Right.
Sure it is.
The only thing that lasted was there was one that was made out of the same material that they make fire hoses from on
There you
aircraft.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. That
He
might
knows.
last a little while.
Right.
Yeah.
And she didn't tear through the fabric, but she tore it open.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-mm-mm.
At the end
Who
of
is
it.
that? Jamie Thomas. Have a
Sorry.
full-blooded
He was
red-nosed
sorry.
pitty. He's a pibble. I call him pibbles. That's my pibbles.
Aw.
Right.
They're bouncy, bouncy,
Right
bouncy,
here,
bouncy. Fun, 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 fun.
I hear there was another indictment or two.
Yes, yes. Jack Smith filed a new indictment, trying to get the case that Judge Cannon threw out reinstated.
No. There's two different things going on, right?
Oh yeah.
One of them is the Jack Smith filed the appeal to Cannon's dismissal. That's a different thing.
Right, but this is
also
a
Jack Smith, unbeknownst to anybody, convened another grand jury in Washington, D.C., and got another indictment.
wait.
so
Are we
in
talking
case
about
you're
two different
wondering-
indictments here?
Yeah, one
Don't
is
got
the,
another one.
One is the. Go on.
Hello, Adam.
Oh, no, Mitch. Go right ahead.
Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, one is the documents case is the one down in Florida. The actual treason case, the intent to defraud and the conspiracy to defraud case, that's in Washington, D.C. They were both, thought that there were, there's no issues of immunity with the documents case because it's not relevant.
Right.
And this all happened after he was president. The thing that what he really did wrong was not responding to the National Archives, which is a legitimate arm of the government. They own stuff. And
I've
they
heard
do
of
stuff.
them before.
Yeah, they have an important
Yeah.
job documenting America.
They keep all the records, baby. So yeah.
Yeah, Mitch. I was just gonna ask you, how'd you name your cat?
All right, Thea is the name of, like I said, Thea is a planet, a hypothesized planet, which collided with the Earth 4 or 5 billion years ago, of which the moon is a result of that collision. Thea is also the name of a song by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which is a band that we were big fans of. You guys,
All right, man. All right.
Never know where inspiration's going to come from.
Just right after,
here's
they're touring, kind of following Fisk right now.
well, we just got back from this weekend. We went to go see King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard in Detroit.
Oh man, let me tell you what.
Oh, what a great
Adam
show,
just got back from going to
see.
see Fish in a concert.
I just went to Delaware to see Mondegreen Fisk.
Nice.
Man, I tell you what, I drove across this country and it was a long drive,
He
but
left Minnesota to go to Colorado to go to Delaware.
Yep.
He took the long way around.
Good stuff, John. Good
I'm
Hey,
gonna
let me-
stuff.
jump up. I got some company. Take care, everybody. Remember,
Mitch.
hit like, hit subscribe. You know what to do.
All right.
Have a good
Mitch,
one,
thank
Mitch.
you. Give my best to Julie and my love to the new kitty.
All right, sure will. Take care, guys.
All right. Take care of
You
yourself.
too, man.
Let me catch up real quick. John Cass came in with a $10 donation. Said, my nephew has a shirt that says childless cat guy. I love it. Childless
it.
cat guy. That's taking traction, baby. Mitch Goldstein, who just walked out the door, came in with a $5 donation and said, give your cat a hug. Harris Walz 2024. I'd have to go around, take me half an hour out there to go around to all them cats. I feed them, that's good. Anyway, Daniel Solomon came in with a $5 donation and said, Hal Sparks is debunking the Project 2025 videos on his channel starting today. Well,
Oh yeah.
I hope. Yeah, somebody needs to. Well, I don't know if you can debunk it. It's what their plan is. So, but it's not hard to do that, I would imagine. Anyway, Keith Thompson came in with $5. Said from Minnesota to Texas, join us in the blue. Help sent to Colin Allred. All right, Keith Thompson, thank you for this and the
Yeah,
donation.
KT.
Indeed.
yeah.
And then Burner 29 Cardinal came in with a $2 donation. Said Metal Cats against Clumping Donald. There you go. And Keith Thompson came back with another $5. Said from Minnesota. Oh, you doubled up, buddy. Check your thing there. It's the same one. From Minnesota to Texas, join us in the blue. Help sent to Colin Allred. That's the man, baby. That's who I'm
I didn't
trying to
catch the
push.
cat one. What did it say?
Huh?
What did it say for the cat one?
It said Metal Cats against Clumping Donald.
Metal
Cats. Metal
Metal
Cats. I think is that a band? I think it is.
Well,
Metal
is a
Cats
type of
against. It's a what?
Ah,
It's type of
okay.
music.
Okay, I just had to understand it a little bit more.
Mm-mm. Hey, and let me thank Jeanette Dahl, who came in with 89 Denmark krones. Jeanette, thank you very much. That just tickles me when we get donations like that from around the world.
Global.
Global,
That's pretty
baby.
cool.
It is. It tickles me, but it tells you that people are, around the world. They have a dog in this fight too. How things are going to end up with our election is going to impact a lot.
Oh, the world is watching us. There's no doubt about it.
No, everybody's watching this election. Who's
Hang
going
on
to
a
win?
second, John.
What?
Spunky, we haven't heard from you, so I'm guessing for some reason you're not working properly, so you will have to leave Discord, come back into Discord, and then come back into the lower audience and John can pick you again. That's what happens sometimes when your mic doesn't work, period.
Is that
Because you've been
Spunky?
there a while and we haven't heard from you. And I don't see you lighting up at all, so...
I can
Is
hear
that-
John.
No, Spunky. Spunky's been in
Oh,
here.
Spunky.
Yeah, he's not
We
lighting up
haven't
at all.
heard anything from Spunky.
I'm gonna
so-
move. I'm gonna move you down to the audience, Spunky. Let's try that again. I'll recycle it and we'll see if we can grab
Well,
you.
but
up
he
here
has
again.
to probably check right out of Discord. That's usually what
So,
happens when
okay.
that problem happens. You gotta leave it.
So
come back.
leave Discord, come back in, and we'll see. if we
It's
can
just
get you
one of
back
them
up here.
glitchy, weirdo Discord things. It
Yeah.
happens every once
Anyway,
in a while. Anyway.
Sherry, are you with us?
I am.
How are you doing, darling?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm hanging in there every day, baby.
There you go. Hey, I saw your rant that you did. I guess it was yesterday. I love that shirt you were wearing. That
What, the
black
shirt?
T-shirt with that.
Oh, with the cat on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, underneath that cat it says, "Say it to my face."
Pauline.
Oh, yeah.
That's Kamala's challenge to Donnie. Say it to my face.
But anyway, no, just a couple things. I'm sitting here listening to y'all. And I was just wanting to tell you, I recently saw, it's been real recent, like probably within the last week,
Right.
an interview, Beto O'Rourke being interviewed by someone on MSNBC. And he was talking about like how Texas has been gradually getting blue, a little more toward blue.
Yes.
And he brought up a real interesting statistic, that minorities are the fastest growing new group of people in Texas, but there are also 400,000 people in Texas that are now eligible to vote that weren't in 2020. In other words, let's say they were 16 then, they're what, 20 now? So now
Right.
they're eligible to vote. 400,000. And we know young people are leaning hard to the
Heavily Democratic.
yes.
Heavily Democratic. And, they
Yes.
see what Trump has done. They see him on TV every day lying. You think they're going to go for that shit? No.
Well, to
I'm
be
glad to
honest with
see
you,
it though.
I cannot for the life of me figure out why anyone that is a member of, a different race, is a person of color, whatever, would even consider voting for him. The way he talks about deporting people, as racist
Oh, the
as
way he
he
talks
is,
about everybody. I don't know how he's misogynistic, he's racist, he's bigoted, he's all that shit.
oh my God, yeah. He
But
makes
that's his
Archie
maggot crowd. They're okay with that.
he makes Archie
Evidently.
a choir boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But another interesting statistic, well, not statistic, but factual, down in Georgia with all this, their election board and all their antics and trying to manipulate the vote counting. Did you all see? Not only is what the hell's their governor's name? Kemp, I think. Kemp approached
In
the
Georgia?
AG. Yeah,
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah.
He approached the AG, wants guidance on if he has the authority and power to boot their ass off the election board. That's one of the things. And the second thing, though, that I love was the state Democratic Party and the national DNC filed suit against that election board and is suing them for their all these new rules they've been coming up with less than 90 days to an election. So they're hauling their asses into court.
Good. Good.
And I think between the two, I think those three maggot lover Trump folk on the election board are probably going to get the boot. Which
that's been a conflict not only in Georgia but it's also in Arizona, and I think Minnesota, where they've had people that were on the election board that were either they're part of the 2020 election denial bullshit, and
they shouldn't
squirrel.
even allow people that if you believed into the election is a fraud, you should never be able to hold that office or hold that.
But that's their plan.
Whatever it is.
That's what they're getting ready for. That's what this thing in Georgia is about: is to allow election officials to challenge a vote in that district. In the district that vote. Yes, I don't like this the way this one looks. But bullshit.
Have any of y'all noticed that all this voter bullshit going on, where purging people and making it difficult to register and blah, 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 none of it is occurring in solid blue states?
None of it's in Minnesota, I'll tell you that right now.
None of it's occurring in New England.
Yep.
And then I don't think they're doing it in red state because they have it won there already. So they don't need I don't think they're doing it in Alabama.
Not the red states. Yeah, exactly. They're just doing it in the battleground states.
Exactly. And when you talk about Texas and the last, Beto O'Rourke probably got more votes than Abbott.
He came.
But,
I'm sure he did.
He came mighty close.
A lot of votes for O'Rourke
I've had the pleasure of meeting him several times. I got to interview him once. Hell of a guy. We're not going to see the last of him. He'll be back.
Oh, he sounds like he's a real on the up and up, down to earth type of guy.
He is. He's very much so, and he has appeal to both conservatives and Democrats. He's very much a Democrat, but there's a lot of conservatives down here in Texas that leaned with him also. Hey, let me thank Gopher Baroque. Gopher Baroque, who came in with $5, said, I live in California and I have a question for you. Do you think that Texas will turn blue within a decade? If so, inside or outside of 10 years? I'm thinking inside. I'm thinking inside, and that's what we was just talking about. Texas is leaning more and more blue as we speak. The polls now, as far as like Senate, Ted Cruz is still slightly ahead of Colin Allred, but Colin Allred has been gaining steam. And as we've said before, I don't really trust the polls because I don't think they're reflecting the momentum that the Harris Walz ticket. No, they're not. They're not. This is caught fire. How you doing, Dangerous?
Oh, good. By the way, John, my first name is Daryl. So if you guys want to call me Daryl, that's fine.
That would probably be easier.
Hey, what's up, D?
Hello, Daryl. No, wait a minute.
What up, D?
Now I have to say this right now because I do association, and all of a sudden my mind went to this is my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl. That just solidified it in my head. Just a word association thing, Daryl.
I don't think I ever watched the Bob Newhart show, but everybody always said, "Hey, Larry,
classic.
brother Daryl."
That's my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl. I have the same thing. I have my son Tyler and my other son Tyler. One of them is an adopted son, but they're both named Tyler, so I have Tyler and Tyler. So there you go.
How do you call him? Do you call him Tyler 1 and Tyler 2?
I just say, hey.
Hey.
Hey. See which one turns around.
You know what?
No.
We got brushed by a hurricane. Hone came.
Yes, you did. I just recently saw that.
Yeah, Hone came and it left. It hit the Big Island pretty good. In fact, it turned into Category 1 when it was just south of South Point on the Big Island.
Right.
And we had 3 days of winds. I mean, here in Maui, not that bad. We received 5 inches of rain during this event, and it was windy. I think the highest wind was about 35 miles an hour. But of course, I'm not in an exposed area. But the Big Island, oh my God, they got 15 inches of rain. Rainbow Falls was just surging. I mean, I saw videos of people took of it, and there was a lot of damage, of wind damage.
Right.
But we got another one on the way. We got Gilda supposed to hit this weekend, so it's hurricane season, that's for sure. But I didn't call to talk about the weather, you guys.
Oh, what's
up?
I
don't know. How long have you been on for? How long has this meeting been going for so far?
We start at 6 o'clock Central. So we've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Because, I thought that it was 2 o'clock my time, but I guess that you're, 5 hours difference? No, Central Time is only 4 hours from Hawaii. So
it's miles away in my mind. Well, you're in Hawaii.
7:15 now.
It's,
in Hawaii?
7:15 now? Really? Okay, because I
7:15 now, yeah.
Oh, because it's 2:15 in the afternoon, and we don't celebrate daylight savings time ever. It's always the same time year round. But, hey, listen, I want to let you know, while I was cleaning my fish tank before I came out and joined the meeting, I had MSNBC on, and Joy Hall started talking about something that I don't know if you guys covered this, but I heard you start to get into it before you allowed me into the room. But she had the state senator from Texas on. I was shocked to hear what the hell happened down in Texas yesterday or the day before, whatever it was, just recently. But that
with the
asshole criminal Ken Paxton,
that's him.
The Texas Rangers to the 89-year-old Hispanic Democratic lady, and they made her stand outside for 2 hours in a row.
Outside in her robe while they searched her refrigerator. Dangerous. Daryl.
I know. What the hell? And they took her friggin' DNA. Why do they want her DNA?
We're going to find out if you're an illegal in here. It's a bunch of bullshit from Ken Paxton. God, this
Well, you
guy
wanna
is
know
he's a disgusting crook. The whole damn Texas.
How the hell did they let him back in? I thought he got in serious trouble.
He did.
How did they
His own staff turned him in. His own staff in his office were the witnesses in his trial. Yes, he accepted bribes and all that shit. He was convicted in the House, but then when it went to the Senate in the Texas Senate, and his wife being a Texas senator and did not recuse herself from that vote.
Interesting.
You know, and they acquitted him and they sent him right back into the office. He was forced to vacate.
That should have ended his career.
It should have.
But you know, another figure that they threw out, and this blows my mind. They say in the state of Texas, they have purged 1.1 million people in the last 3 years off the voter rolls.
That's how come we keep pushing to check your voter registration.
They're intimidating. They're doing this in black neighborhoods to intimidate the black vote, so they don't show up.
That's what they did with this little raid they did. They trying to intimidate the Hispanic vote here in Texas. That's what that was.
Does she have any rights to go back on them?
I think LULAC has already filed a suit.
I hope.
You know, it's ridiculous because this whole story started with that Maria whatever her name is on Fox News, who came out live and said that they were witnesses that illegal immigrants were being signed up to vote down here in Texas. Now, when you go back to her Facebook page, it says a friend of mine. Are you shitting me? And you're going on live TV saying, yeah, there's the problem. And then 3 days after that is when Ken Paxton came up with his idea to put a search warrant out on these people. It's utterly disgusting. It's grasping at straws. They will do anything.
That's vicious. But, you know, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean.
I just have a real quick question. Wasn't Paxton either indicted by or at the very least being investigated by the feds?
Oh yeah, he still is. He's under the microscope. That's what I've heard. So his day is coming. It's just like Trump's is now that Jack Smith is going after his ass again.
Yeah.
But hey,
the wheels of justice keep turning.
Oh, another thing I wanted to throw out. I was watching Adam Mocklew the other day. I wrote him a real quick comment, and I don't know. Adam does so many damn videos on the Midas Touch Network that I subscribe to his own channel from the Midas Touch. But I wrote something, and this is an interesting thing. You know, folks, we have homeless people almost in every big city that you can imagine. You know,
all across this country.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Now, my question is there a way to mobilize the homeless people? You know how we're talking about we got to get in the trenches, we got to door knock, we got to make phone calls, we got to do our part. My question is, does anybody here know how we can get these people, since they don't have mailing addresses, how we can get them registered
onto the voter rolls?
Give them $100 a piece and give them a ride to the voting box.
No, you know what?
They have to be registered.
They got to get registered. You have to have some type of ad.
If there's people in need across the U.S., those people
totally
need, and they need to vote, and their voices need to be heard. Look
at the size of voting block you're talking about, Daryl. That it's sad to say the amount of homeless people in this country, and that's what it just pains your heart because we could do better.
I think it can make a difference. I think it can make a difference in this election because I think that those are untapped people that will not show up to the polls because nobody has gone to where their camps are or wherever they are and talked with them yet and said, look, let's go get you registered. And even if you use a general delivery address at a post office box, fine. But at least you're on the roll and tell them how important you want to not be homeless. You want to get into this new thing that they're going to do for housing, where they're going to give you $25,000 to help you buy a house.
It would be a hell of a demographic to be able to.
It's also a hard demographic to chase down, whether they even care about it.
Could I jump in there, John?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm throwing it out to everybody listening. We need to scratch our heads and think about this. We got 70
Think about how to do that. how to make voting more inclusive to everybody.
Exactly. So we got 70 days to pull this off, and I really pray. And I started thinking about that. I started thinking, because shit, Hawaii is a great place for homeless. They come from the mainland and they come out here. They go, we can live outdoors year round here, But I'm going to do my part. In fact, I was going to call the social services here, and I was going to ask them that question. And if I find an answer, I'll let everybody know.
Come back and let us know if you do, because that would be very interesting to find out if there's something to be able to mobilize to be able to get those that don't, have an address, how to get them registered and able to
anybody
get to the
can have an address as long as you got a post office about wherever you put your tent. You just need to put in a general delivery, and you just have to show up at the post office and just hang on to your mail under general delivery. Anybody can have a mailing address.
Yeah, anybody can go
something mailed to you, right?
Yeah, because here in Hawaii, for example, we all get mail-in ballots. My ballots come by mail. And I take them right over here to the fire station, and there's a drop box there. You put them in there, and I just did the primaries here about 2 weeks ago. So, here in Hawaii,
there are states that make it easier for you to vote, and like then there's states that really make you jump through the hoops.
I know
Kamala should put that, I think, on like the on her. Whatever her program that she's trying to push throughout all people, like make voting across the United States completely unified.
They ought to make. I'll tell you what. They ought to make. They ought to make Election Day a national holiday. Now, here's what I think: if you vote, it's a paid holiday. If you don't vote, you just got the day off.
Here in Hawaii, holiday. Here in Hawaii, it's a paid holiday.
Yeah, not everywhere. Not here.
Really?
Paid holiday. Election day is always a paid holiday, and nobody has to show up to work here in Hawaii.
Boy, howdy shit. See?
Awesome.
See, it can be done.
I guarantee you. I guarantee you. There's still some room on the beaches here for you folks if you want to move out here.
Right.
Hey, let me catch up real quick.
Kamala should push that in her whatever
in
speeches,
her platform,
saying nationwide.
But there's a reason that they want the street address, guys. The street address allows you to be in a district, to be counted for representatives. It allows you to vote in the local area for the local stuff. They want an actual physical address, not a P.O. box.
Right. As long as she wants to do the federal ban on abortion, she could do a federal sort of thing about voting rights, that everybody has a right to vote. And of course, you're a legal alien. You can't vote because it's against the law, and there's heavy-duty fines.
That's what this whole bullshit with the Republican Party is about registering to vote, because you could only vote if you're a citizen. If you're here as an immigrant, you can't vote just because.
Nope.
They're even right now. Who is it right now that is attacking the right of immigrants that are married to American citizens?
Oh yes, I've heard about that.
Yeah, yeah. They don't want them voting either. Oh, just because you married an American doesn't make you an American. Well, what does make you an American?
It's no doubt out of the Fifth Circuit, I think.
That's deportation.
I've actually been thinking about this, and I've come up with a couple of what would be good ideas of how to help out the homeless to vote. And before you even get them registered, the very first thing you have to do is get a valid ID. So work with them to get a valid ID, and then worry about registration. But in the meantime, I think one of the ways that could work is she's got 5 bazillion campaign volunteers right now. I think if a group of campaign volunteers actually show up at a soup kitchen.
I agree.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's a great idea. Great idea. Yeah, because soup kitchens, everybody shows up to those because people are looking for a bite to eat.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a great place where people congregate, and also
indeed.
Or they can go to the shelter that only has 15 beds, so that's why the rest of them are outdoors. But go to literally the shelter, and like in the evening time when the people start showing up, and start talking to them there.
You know, you just gave me an idea. I used to be a deputy voter register here in Hawaii, in Maui County, and I'm going to go back and get re-registered to be one. And then that way I can go to the shelter and I can register people to vote right there.
There you go.
That's an
Idea
awesome
spawned right
idea.
here. That's an awesome idea.
Wow.
There you
Bring
go.
that news around.
Got that cranking. Hey, let me take a minute to catch up here, because Craig Johnson came in the room with a $10 donation and said, "Horns down, looking forward to a rally in Savannah. Do you agree with them having an interview together? Georgia has rezoned the districts in 2022 for Warnock election, and now this. Boomer, love the show." Well, thank you very much, Craig. I think either by herself or together with Tim Walz. I think either way would be great. Having Tim Walz there is gonna show a more unified front. So yeah, I'm all up for that. I'm looking forward to it. And Empathy is Amazing came in with a $20 Canadian donation. Said, "Good luck on November, neighbors. May you win it all." Thank you very much. Empathy is Amazing. And Caddy Dung came in with a $20 donation and said, "Invite you for a cup of Starbucks coffee. Thanks for being." Well, thank you, Katie. I'd take you up on that. And Spunky 1991 came in with a $2 donation and said, "Sorry about that earlier. Discord hates me." Welcome to the club, Discord, Spunky, and I see you in there. And our own Blue Dot greeter, Mark, came in with $5 and said, "Play the song for Paxton." All right. Well, this one goes out to Ken Paxton. And please say,
And great.
Ken Paxton, my Attorney General. Oh, shit. What an embarrassment. I'm telling you. Greg Abbott's not enough. Ken Paxton for Attorney General. And wait, my Lieutenant Governor, too. He's an asshole, too.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
All
by the way,
those guys.
John, talking about your
What's that? What's that, Daryl?
Talking about your governor that lives there in Texas.
Yeah.
In
Ain't
a
he?
wheelchair.
Yep.
Did you ever see the picture where he was sitting there holding a Barrett M1A 50 caliber in a gun shop in his wheelchair? He's holding it, and I had 3 tours over in the Middle East, and I was a sniper. That's my weapon of choice. And I looked at that picture, and I had to write a caption to it, and it was hilarious because I thought, I would love to see him shoot that gun because the recoil would be so insane. Him in a wheelchair, it would send him into the next friggin' room. You know?
My first experience with that was a BAR. You pull the trigger on that thing, you better fucking hold on. It's gonna rock and roll. It's gonna rock and roll your ass.
I had to laugh when I saw that picture of him holding that 50 caliber, sniper rifle. I thought, I'd love to see you go out and shoot that one time sitting in a wheelchair because the recoil is going to push you backwards so damn fast.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a good idea, and he can roll his ass someplace else.
Or on the edge of a cliff.
You talk about somebody who is just. I don't know. Greg Abbott is an asshole from the word go. My biggest thing with him is he takes a whole lot of enjoyment out of putting migrants on a bus and busing them to liberal cities.
Oh, I agree.
He's not trying to fix anything. He's not trying to make anything better. He is using an opportunity to seek revenge on other people. You didn't see him busing them to Kansas. Might have a lot of jobs in Kansas. You don't know.
He spent over $6 billion so far right there in the state of Texas.
Right, of Texas money. Texas taxpayer money.
Yep. And all those people in the National Guard that are getting paid $900 a month for being out there or whatever it is.
Your Texas tax dollars at work, baby. He don't mind spending.
How the hell did he ever? By the way, I was curious. Do you have any idea how he ever ended up in a wheelchair? Does anybody?
Yes,
know?
I do. Yes, I do.
What happened?
It was when he was younger. I'm going to say in his 20s, maybe. I can't remember his exact age. Okay. There was a storm down here in Texas. It was somewhere around Houston, I think. I can't remember the exact name of the town. He went out for a jog after the storm. And out for that jog, and a tree fell and hit him. And seriously, damaged his spine. And then he sued the homeowner. Sued the city and the homeowner. I'm just.
Guy. Feel so sorry.
I'm thinking it was an act of God. Why aren't you suing God? Jesus, man! Right after the storm. Yes, but it's terrible. He ended up in a wheelchair from that accident. But the story that sticks out in that is, he sued the homeowner. What the fuck for?
Wow.
How come you? Because he knew he could.
Thank you for explaining that. I was always curious.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the story of how he got in the wheelchair.
Wow.
Unless
And,
the homeowner was out there with that chainsaw in his hand taking the tree down at the time, I don't see how